Hi everyone, this is the little Leaders Lab for our April theme of Awakening 2022. As an opening, I'd like to share these words from our worship packet by Linda Paston in her poem Imaginary Conversation. You tell me to live each day as if it were my last. But why the last? I ask. Why not? Live each day as if it were the first. All raw astonishment, Eve rubbing her eyes, awake that first morning. And I have two announcements. One is that April 6th will be our end of the year lab. We will be summing up and talking about the themes for next year. And the second announcement is thanks to April Rosario for writing this packet, the Awakening packet, while I was out on some medical leave. So, we have 4 lessons on awakening this month. Waking up to what really matters, weighing what is important. Waking up to wonder and beauty, being present. Waking up to pain and suffering of others, and having the power to help heal. That's an Easter lesson. And waking up to interconnection, our Earth Day lesson. So in the calendar for the month of April, we traditionally have all of the big holidays: Easter, Ramadan, Vesak, which is Buddha's birthday, Passover. So I wanted, before we started the sessions, to mention that we approach thematic ministry for all these holidays rather than as a cafeteria of first you do Ramadan, then you do Passover, then you do Easter, then you do Vesak, and you try to educate the children about all the different holidays. And does that give us something? No. Instead, we do thematic ministry. So we do awakening, and then through that, if you're interested, you can do the approach of awakening to the holidays. I'll get into that more in the Easter session. But just in case you wanted to know something about Ramadan, since we didn't do Ramadan in this packet, here's my favorite book for Ramadan for elementary school children. The reason I say elementary is it has a little more dense text and concepts than you'd like to use for preschool children. You can see that. And yet it captured the beautiful Islamic calligraphy and the idea of the lunar holiday. For preschool children, I recommend and love this beautiful book, Golden Domes and Silver Lanterns. And this has perfect colors for and text amounts for preschool children. Orange, brown is dates, white. So anyway, I wanted to just mention those to you. 2 of my favorites for Ramadan. So the first, weighing what really matters, weighing. And April suggests a scale. And I wanted to also add that if you don't have a scale, the whole idea can be done with a spoon because it has a fulcrum. And that fulcrum is the idea of balance and what's on each side. So if you put it a little bit too far to a side, it'll go this way. If you put it a little too far to the side, it goes this way. And you want to find with the kids, and you can invite them if you're still online, to find a spoon and try to do that themselves so they get the sense of weighing what really matters and being in balance. All right. The second lesson is waking up to the wonder and beauty, being present. Waking up to wonder and beauty, being present. The wonder box is, have you stopped to smell the roses? I've included my beautiful getting over my medical issues bouquet that just appeared on my doorstep yesterday. I wanted to share it with you. I love flowers at this time of year. Waking up and smell the roses. And don't miss April's wonderful thing that she put in there, this candy and ice experiment, where you actually numb the children's mouth with an ice cube. First you give them an M&M, then you numb their mouth, and it's sort of like being awake to the present moment and what happens when you're not awake, when you're numb. It's wonderful, and I would love to be a fly in the wall when you do that. The third lesson is waking up to pain and suffering, the pain and suffering of others, and helping others heal. We have the power to help others heal. It's an Easter lesson, and in an absolute synchronistic, heartbreaking moment, April suggested the book Rodchenka's Eggs by Patricia Polacco. I don't happen to have it in my personal library. But this is the Ukrainian tradition of Pysantsky eggs. And with our war happening right now, with the war in Ukraine, we send our thoughts and share our heartbreak that this is happening. Something I didn't realize was April includes a little pronunciation for babushka. I always couldn't pronounce it babushka, but she says the original is babushka, with emphasis on that first syllable. So that's sort of fun. Another book that features Pysantsky eggs is Chicken Sunday, also by Patricia Polacco. And Patricia Polacco mentions it as a Russian tradition. Her family, Russian Jews, came over to the United States. And sometimes I've seen in the research that it can be Russian or Ukrainian. I think it's mostly based in Ukraine. In the Waking Up to Pain and Suffering, there's a superhero scavenger hunt. And so I put my little superhero comic book out because I can see DRE's reading a superhero comic book and then doing that scavenger hunt of finding things that represent the different superhero powers. And then finally over here I put my cans because this is something that we developed way back, the Easter can hunt. I got tired of doing Easter egg hunts. I've always seen children, they push each other. Somebody always picks up too many eggs and there's crying. Oh my goodness, I'm thinking, is that really the hard work we want to have happen on Easter? And the wonderful RE committee chair at the time, Rachel Setsky, came up with the idea of a Easter can hunt. So in the weeks before Easter, you collect cans for somebody who is doing a food distribution in your community. And then you hide the cans. Now, we used to have the youth group go out and hide the cans during whatever Easter little thing was happening. And then the younger children, the very youngest, would come out first. And then the older elementary school children would come out. And they'd run around and collect cans. And there really wasn't any purpose in terms of, oh, I'm going to get chocolate or whatever. The purpose was this idea of finding something hidden. And also, look at all this bountiful wealth I'm going to share with other people. In fact, they loved it so much that we finished the can hunt. And the children started saying, can we do it again? And so we said, okay, go into this classroom, wait for a little while we hide them, and we hid them around. And then they collected them again. It's just fun. And it reminded me that children just love the scavenger hunt, maybe more than getting the actual jelly bean chocolate award in a plastic egg. The other couple of tips I'll share about the Easter can hunt is that you don't want to put them all in a huge box or crate because cans are heavy, substantial weight. In fact, if the kids just use a little basket, they may only be able to collect 3 or 4 at a time. And then have your person who's going to take these cans to your food distribution center or wherever close by so that the congregation can help you schlep these heavy cans into their car to take to the place. So those are 2 tips. We learned that from experience. Anyway, there's your Easter can hunt for the possibility of helping heal others. And then the last lesson is waking up to interconnection, Earth Day. So the whole idea, once again, is we are of the world, interdependent, rather than over the world. And here's the thing. If the pandemic has taught us anything, it's that we should go outside when we can. Rather than being so classroom focused, right? And we still see this. I see it in myself. This is an opportunity to go outside on Earth Day or near Earth Day and do your programming outside. So that when you say we are of the earth, you can feel the wind in your face. You can feel the shade and the sunlight. Anyway, I just encourage that. Okay, in closing, I have a lovely, lovely quote by Jonalou Johnstone, Reverend Jonalou Johnstone. This also is in our worship packet. Religious congregations help to change us by helping us know who we are. Not at a surface level. You're an American, a retiree, a teacher, an attorney. Or even at the deeper levels we sometimes find ourselves. You're a mom, an artist, a lesbian, a friend. But at the deepest, most profound levels, at the place where we connect to our root in our souls, you are a reflection of the divine. You are Buddha. You are Christ. You are one with the Spirit that infuses all that is good and holy in the world. Blessed be. Amen. Have a great April.